Hello there, you beautiful and fantastic internet and you fantastic creatures of the beyond. Um, so yeah, you can't talk to Torch mainly because there is no option to, and I have confused that with Iris. With Iris, you can make her self-destruct and so on. But there are some sneaky ways to make Torch attack himself using various. So we can disable the ladder, secondary, and the random doesn't. What? Okay, never mind. I didn't know the random one does something like that. Let's try it again. Oh, by the way, this guy is a reject. Nothing happens. Disable. Enable secondary elevator power. Nothing happens. Why does nothing happen? Why did it happen last time? Random. No, I want something random to happen to me. Maybe it's an Easter egg? Nah. One more time. Ugh, one more. You bastard. So yeah, probably they were developing the rejects to protect Torch and experimenting on them, so that what's it called? That Aiden doesn't have to come all the way down here. Perhaps Aiden suffers from the same mutations. It is possible. Oh, and guess who saw Torch before Aiden? Old Jonas. Well, not before Aiden, but maybe around the same time or maybe a little bit later. But old Jonas and Leo are the ones that might have seen Torch in its full glory. I'm not sure if they've seen him before he was, because they say Torch is regenerating. And that means Torch had a form before all of that. Which we may never know what Torch really looked like. But definitely he wasn't looking like this. Okay, so you could technically kind of go sneak away, but even if you try to sneak away with a cube, Six will come after you and ask you to give him the cube. A familiar figure stands before you, addressing you without delay. So you can't leave with the cube from the deep caverns, no matter what you do. Give us the cube. Hmm, I never took it with me, it's still inside. It's all yours, hand in the cubes. The cube. I will give it to you if you tell me what it is and what you need it, why you need it so much. I already explained it to you. Not enough, apparently. What is it used for? I'd explained enough. You may not receive any further answers. Give you something this powerful? I think not. So even if you kill all of them right now and betray them, Six, you can't get past Six. He's very powerful. So he will take the cube by force or by any means necessary, you know? Okay, I'll hand on over the cube. The faceless carefully take the cube from your hands. One of the soldiers hands him the metal box in which he places the cube, closing it soon after. Also, I think this is the shiny thing that the dude was telling us about. That the faceless love to watch this shiny thing because it's cool. So they just like it because it's cool. We have no more business with you, but you said you give me money. He stops speaking, letting silence take over as he observes you, as they all observe you, you being to feel uneasy. However, your concerns are unjustified. He produces a strange medallion and hands it to you. Take this. You are now free to leave. What is this? A token of recognition. Keep it with you. I had questions I wanted to ask you. No, you had the chance to ask everything you wanted. I just wanted to ask you how to get out of here. There is an elevator southwest of Hollow Earth. It is the way out. It is the only one functional that we know of. I will go to it then. So long. Or nod and remain silent. The faceless nods, during which the soldiers behind him move almost simultaneously and pass through the gate behind you, one by one. The towering faceless is the last one to do so. So apparently, torch is not affecting them anymore because the higher the brain capacity you have, the easier it is for torch to attack you and manipulate you. Don't close the gate. So apparently, it might even defeat Six because he has a very powerful brain. So I'm curious what happened to the torches. Obviously, we don't have any more creeping dread, so we can do whatever we like. Let's visit the guys, but I think they've been crushed because it makes sense. The faceless are not forced. Uh-huh. Or maybe they just left. Now, possibly this console might have been related uh, to a quest or something. I'm not entirely sure. But now we can just check around and see what they left behind. Well, none of these things are important to us anymore. But really, really cool things. Although I'm not sure if they got shot. Oh, I think this one opens the armory. Or if they just left because there was nothing left to do here. Quite a lot of interesting things. Well, that looks really nice. Ergonomic. Interesting. I'm not crazy about these things either. Okay, whatever. Nothing important to us. But I believe they just left. We could just go and check with Leo, see how he's doing. I'm not sure we're gonna see what the hell happened. Oh, you really? Just shoot him. Ah, I forgot to put. Damn it. We're that powerful, I know. Whatever. Oh, very beautiful. Well, we have taken care of him. Oh wait, it was this way. Ups. Ugh, I get confused. Let's see how Leo is. I believe the Faceless also left. We did quite well. There is still a lot to talk about in the game. We have to go back to SGS after all. Although I'm still confused how to go through this. There are some other secrets as well that could not be achieved through my playthrough. Through the mutant playthrough, there are actually 3 endgames for the mutant playthrough. Crazy enough, depending on what you choose to do. The guys also left from here. But they've taken everything. You little bastards. Yeah, they've taken everything they had. What about Laura? I think we did discuss that they should let Laura go. I hope. Or that they have taken her back to SGS. Ah, we shall see. So yeah, the TNTs did quite a good job for us. Down there with lovely Torchy. Torchy old sport. So as I said, if you leave the deep caverns and go back to talk to Leo, he'll forget you, and that's kind of sad. Although I kind of want to go up and back to check those things. I've activated the elevators, one of the elevators that lead to the deep caverns. Would you like to come with me? You mentioned mascot. Can you tell me? He stares blankly at you. I said, would you like to come with me? Get out of here. A few noiseless moments pass before he shakes his head and answers, no, why not? Do you really want to stay here for the rest of your life? I don't know. Are you afraid to going up there? I don't know. Life is better up there. It ain't great, but it's also a lot better than it is in this place. I believe that what you're saying is correct, but I'm not going there. I can't. I just can't. I just can't. I don't know. Here, I know and I don't know. There, I just don't know and I don't remember. You go. Go. Don't think of me. If you ever change your mind, go to the elevator by the lake. He quietly nods. Do you have anything else that I might need? Oh, he had these things all the time. I forgot about them. Well, anyway. So, it seems he is from the Underrail because he forgot something about the Underrail. He just doesn't remember what. Zoo. Oh, where were we? Let's not get ourselves killed. So let's get back to the main junction where we left a lot of the things. I'm not even gonna bother because there's no point. Although, do I still have that thing? Yeah, I still have two of this, which is important if I want to open those grates, those vents. Anyway, yeah, Douglas, I know you're there. Still quite a fitting end. And now we have to do... So what I want to explore is here in this complex. Let's see if 6 waits for us or something. Would be nice. I know that 6 is waiting for you around here if you try to take the cube outside, but if not, maybe he is back somewhere. I don't remember. So we would have to go by the lake, which means this way. And then we have to go to the south. Let's, well, actually, let's put the regalia on. Because the doggos are over here somewhere. Oh, or not. Wait, where was the elevator? Over here, well, let's just go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You fatzos. I think the borrowers have respawned as well. Let's check it. Yep, there they are. The adorable bastards. So now we just have to go all the way up. There we go. Oh! Oh, 6 came with us. That's nice. He's like, I don't use the elevator. A familiar shape materializes before you. You are startled, but as your previous encounter had shown, his presence, no matter how unexpected or intimidating, does not mean danger. Once more, a displaced voice addresses you. Torch is no more, and the cube has been returned to the Faceless. Now, it's not very well explained why the cube had to return to the Faceless. I have my hypothesis, but we know that Tanner wanted the cube, and 6 wanted the cube returned to the Faceless. We know Tanner employed the Oculus to take the cube, and 6 has had some, maybe investigated the Oculus and found out that information. Who knows? Torch is no more, okay. I was wondering when you showed up, why did you come here? I thought I did everything you asked. You're right, and the only way for me to leave the deep cavern was to kill Torch. So why did you come here? I thought I did everything you asked. Other events awaits my, or I should say our participation. That is why I'm here. So I'm kind of 100% sure that he refers to the future, because the dude has all of these premonitions about the future and everything, including us. So I suppose 6 has the same power or something similar. I am looking for someone who pretends to be one of your own kin but is not. Hardian Tanner, as he calls himself. Just as your lips separate to sound the most obvious question, you hear the answer preceded. Tanner must die. And few but myself can make sure that occurs. I am a powerful being, and so is he. We are the same kin, yet he conceals it better. The reasons should be obvious. So how am I supposed to kill? If I can't kill you, how can I kill him? Intelligence. I reckon you've been after him for a long time. He must done something severe to deserve such as an assassination. Betray your kind, perhaps. His crime is severe, that I will say, but nothing more. So why do you... Well, tell me what it... tell me... Why tell me all this? So you need me to get rid of him? No, Tanner is no longer in Southgate Station. He knows I'm after him. And if I'm correct, he should be on his way to the North Underrail. Also, a part of the conversation that I cannot show is when you play as a psionic and you attune yourself to all of the pillars, the mysterious pillars, you have visions about something unique about Tanner. Well, about the three aliens. So there's Tanner, 6, and an unnamed alien, the Eaten one. Which is not explained what has happened, but in this conversation he kind of... You could ask him, if you saw all of those visions, if Tanner has killed the third one. So he doesn't answer, but the open answer kind of implies a yes. Anyway, we shall see that later on. But that is one of the reasons why 6 wants Tanner gone. Perhaps among many others, but we shall see. Our events are connected, yours, Tanner's, and mine. I do not know why, but I do know that such is the case, and I saw you being an essential participant in the destruction of Torch, perhaps you are also an actor of similar importance in Tenors or even in other events. It is an option I would be foolish to disregard, so perhaps us chasing Tenor is the new event that will happen in Underrail 2, which I'm looking forward to, of course. After our conversation comes to an end, I will travel to North Underrail. So obviously, that's where we will play the next game. After him, I would recommend you do so too. All the destruction that emerged from events we have witnessed is the consequences of his actions, in one way or another, and his actions are unlikely to deviate from the norm. If you want to prevent similar events from occurring, the North Underrail should be your next destination. You will be able to find me in a place called Hexagon. Ask for 6. So as we can see already, it's kind of a cliffhanger in a way. I don't know, I have to think about it. He is a dangerous individual, and you're right, he better be stopped. I will go to the North Underrail. You might be right about Torch, but about this I am not convinced. I had enough of this. I think I need some rest. Well, if he stays in North Underrail, then he is not my problem anymore. I am sticking to this side of the border, so I think it's irrelevant to what you say. But I'm gonna go with the third option. Your kin often exhibits foolishness, placing your petty desires before outcomes more important, drawing conclusions which only personal gain in mind. Do not do the same. The faceless blockade is no more, and the railroad should be unobstructed. I believe we will share events again. He stops speaking. His lens surveys your expression. Ask while you can. So, you say your mission was to kill Tenor, yet you let him get away so that you can ensure Torch was destroyed. Why? You say Tenor is pretending to be one of us. You don't seem to care about concealing your appearance. What are you and where are you from? Can you tell me about Tenor? What is Tenor's real name? Why were you in the Oculus? Okay, let's go with the first one. Why are you here? I come from a faraway place. That is the best answer I can give you. It is only one you will be able to understand. As for what I am, the thing you see will be enough of an answer. Are you one of the godmen? I am not sure that what that term means. If it is something you heard from Azif, then know that his knowledge is limited, even more than he thinks. So perhaps the visions about the godmen are not complete. There is far more to the story. Torch referred you as a high one. What does that mean? It is an archaic term, a distant thought. It does not describe me, but it speaks volumes about a particular manifestation. Well, I can say for sure that Torch is a baby Leviathan. And 6, well, we will see about that. Far away where? You would not understand it, and you do not need this information. Maybe it's not far away where, but when and where. Let me ask you something else. Do so. You say Tanner is pretending to be one of us. Don't seem to care about concealing your appearance. No, why? It would be meaningless for me to do so. Deception is not what I want. So Tanner wants to deceive people. What can you tell me about Tanner? His power is not far from my own, even though, because of his deceptive nature, he is reluctant to reveal it. He hid from me over a course of many events under different pseudonyms. Every time I revealed him, he vanished. So I believe he infiltrated many facilities, not just the SGS. but maybe the Biocorp, and maybe he's also one of the reasons why the Biocorp has failed from a management point of view. You tried using the artifact to get to him, didn't you? I did not take it from the Faceless, but rather its disappearance caught my attention. Ultimately, it led me to Tanner, but the time did not align. Why won't he fight you? Has he ever tried? No, he is powerful, but not as much as I am. Are you sure he hadn't found a way to increase his power somehow? He tried, but I do not allow him, as you are able to see. So I suppose he wanted the cube to become more powerful so he could defeat Six. Perhaps that is one of the reasons. But not necessarily to augment himself, but perhaps to use the cube for something else. Who knows? That is very dubious, at the least. Um, what is Tanner's real name? I will not reveal that. You told me yours. His name holds power. I reveal mine because it was necessary. Revealing Tanner's is not. Maybe it's some different event. Okay, so maybe in the future. Why were you at the Oculus? You being its member should understand that by its events. I was tracking Tanner and the trail brought me there. Let me ask you something else. You say your mission was to kill Tanner, yet you went after Torch first. Why? I already told you, it is something I knew was most important. So, in his event, he did not knew Torch existed. But when he found out, he understood that Torch was a bigger threat than Tanner. But you didn't know why. Why put so much effort into it when you already aren't sure? I was sure it needed to be destroyed. I was not sure why. There is a difference. I could not explain these things to you even if I wanted to. Your language is incomplete. Perhaps he felt it, not only by discovery, but of his investigation, but perhaps when he got here in the deep caverns, he understood that Torch was something more than met the eyes. I have nothing to ask you left. Yeah, I suppose that's it. Good, then our conversation is done, Eros. See you in the North Underrail, in Underrail 2. Epic, epic. There we go. So now we get a completion of the story in a way, based on where we go and what we speak, but obviously the only thing left for us in the deep caverns, everything is sorted out, but we need to go to the Southgate station. And we can do that quite easily from over here. See? So I will not go back to unlock the vents. The point is there is a mutant there, and what was his name? Vasilika is the one that's the mutant. He will attack you, but he's the one that survived down there in the vents. Vasilika being the friend of Dude. But you cannot complete anything else other than that. Okay, let's go try see the Dude. Too bad there is no teleportation to the deep cavern. Okay, I'm gonna save this one. About the acorn. Hey dude, are you familiar with the name John Dyson? Dude remains silent, staring at an empty brew bottle in his hand. Dr. John Dyson, a biocorp scientist. head of psionic research and development of Hollow Earth deep caverns. Still silent. Dude? He lets his head drop even further, almost pressing it onto his empty bottle as his unwashed hair falls over his face like a veil. An instant passes, a tear falls, and quiet sobbing reaches your ear. More tears follow, gathering at the bottom of the bottle and merging into one whole. His sobbing gets louder and louder until he raises his head and reveals a dude, deweyed beard and droopy, trembling lips. He wants to speak, and you give him all the time he needs. A few moments later, he wipes his tears, and then. Why is there no more brew in my bottle? Why do horrible things happen to good people? Man! He drops an empty bottle and rubs his eyes. After reopening them, though, he looks at the bottle, shrugs, picks it up, and drinks all of his collected tears in a single gulp. So, like, what were you saying then? Are you John Dyson? No, I'm Dude, man. You should like pay attention to whatever people's names are. He gets another bottle, opens it and smiles. Yeah, that's kind of rude. Man, cheers. Awesome. So he does remember it. Probably it's a lot of trauma to gulp in. Uh, but about the acorn, who's Connor anyway? What do you know about the acorn itself? We already went through that. I had a couple of questions of what we've been through. Core City, pum 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 pum. 7. Give me some juice. Might want some extra one. Can you tell me something interesting? Did I ever talk about borrowers? They are fascinating. So yeah, all of this, if you go through, and we will go through in a separate episode where we will dwell into the whole lore thing, but everything he says has a meaning to some point. Some of it might be more open to interpretation than others, but really cool. Respect their territory. Don't mess with them, and they won't mess with you unless they see you. Cheers. Yeah, that's true. Like all the other creatures. Okay, so let's go. I don't know. Where should we go? I don't think anyone else has anything else to add, anything important to add. But everyone that we should talk to is in SGS, so let's go to SGS. Maybe I should change my clothes. Where are my clothes? So we should go and... First of all, let's go to the private quarters. And I think... we can't at the moment. But Tanner has a place here. Okay, then let's go visit the comms and cantina. Actually, let's see if Vera is up there. Vera, administration and library. Not sure if we can use any of the consoles. Vera, my darling. From the moment you stepped into the room, Vera's eyes were fixed on you. However, you are aware that the worried look is not only due to the lengthy absence. Eros, I'm so glad you are alive. After we heard Protectorate forces were moving towards the Institute of Torch, and not hearing from you for so long, we became really worried. Oh yeah, we should visit the Institute. Thank you for your concern, I'm fine. We have yet to determine if I am actually alive, considering the things I have been through. I understand. You deserve rest, and I wouldn't want you to delay it any longer, but something happened. Tanner disappeared. I know. She pauses. So, the word is already out? Tell me about Tanner's disappearance. He left his office some time ago, and no one has seen him since. No one saw him leave, though. Any of the station's exits, like he vanished. This has never happened before. So many things are happening around South Underrail, and his disappearance worries me. Vera looks at you as if wanting to say something, but that statement seems like it has been replaced by a different one. We still haven't checked his room since you are here. I think it's best you do it. No problem. Vera, I'll do it. Usually I wouldn't approach Gorski with this kind of things, but since he's still in Core City, that leaves you as one I would trust the most with something this important. What do you want me to do? See Ezra, he will let you into Tanner's room. Keep your eyes open and try to find anything at all which might shed some light into what is going on there. Good. Meanwhile, I think it's time I assemble the console. Return to me once you and Ezra inspect Tanner's room. Perfect. Let's go see the Institute. That's very important. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go to Ronanian Pens. Let's go to the Institute, which is the university. There are still parts of the game we haven't explored. Oh crap, why? It seems that they don't like us there. We should do a hard save before going there. Because this is blue. So yeah. But there's nobody else here telling us, hey, don't go in. But we are Phantom, the Invictus. And we do not need to be told what we can or we cannot do. We can even destroy them if we want. What? How? Oh wait. Ah, they're not attacking me. I think. Oh crap. This door isn't opening, is it? So what the hell was attacking me then? Who do I talk to? Can you move? Lieutenant... Oh. Bruman. The tall female officer turns to you. She silently strikes you as an overly masculine woman in her appearance, as her wide shoulders and angular lines testify, but in demeanors as well. As a consequence of these observations, you cannot escape the feeling that she must have shared a significant number of male egos in the past. Even her steel gaze seems to radiate a certain dominating quality that pierces through self-confidence like falling stands through an unwary spelunker's head, completely destroying it. You have no business here, citizen. I guess you leave this area or I will be forced to order you removed. Had some questions about what is happening here. Her piercing gaze conveys the message far better than the words that follow. Need I repeat myself, citizen? But I really need to know what is going on here. I will just go. We don't want to mess with them, since we are not part of the said group. Maybe I should just repair. So clearly we can't go in. Bastards. Anyway, let's repair. So I need to repair this. we need to repair this, this, and this. Okay. And what else do we need to... we need to recharge our life. And we need to recharge our batteries, which are here. Perfecto. Okay, let's go back to... But I kind of want to show you guys that. Let's see. We're gonna go to south. No, let's go here. Where did we put that suit? Was it here? Or did we return it? I think I returned it to SGS if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's back to SGS. So let's take this and let's go to SGS, to our room. Where is it? Okay. We're gonna take a few more things with us. I think Ezra is waiting for us at the entrance of the private quarters. Or not. So let's see. We want... I have only one? Well, I'll take it, whatever. And then... we also want... where's the suit? This one. Okay, let's go back to the deep caverns. Really quick. So the only way to go into the deep caverns is... where? Deep caverns elevator. I really hope I'm not wasting the time now. Yeah, go. Oh, I hope I don't have to wait 1,000 years again. It's quite deep. Go, little elevator, go. Thank you. Okay, let's speed up things. Invisible. Okay, let's go slowly so we can exit. Hope we don't bump into something we don't want to. Move. Okay, everything is alright. So now we only have to go here. I think we still have to be in invisible mode because I think the coilers might respawn. Or not. So let's... oh, snap. Maybe, good thing I have a... forgot to take the crowbar. But I think we have a crowbar over here. Good thing. Well, maybe we don't even need the crowbar, but... I'm just gonna take it anyway. Yeah, we had some nice weapons there. Maybe I should collect them. Never mind. They're just weapons. Anyway. So going around here. I am not entirely sure. I hope one is enough to open. I'm not sure which one is Vasilika's place. Either this one or this one, but I suppose all of them are interconnected. So we put... Where is it? First of all, let's exchange weapons. Let's put this on. Let's enable it. How much strength do we have right now? 6, so we need 2 more. So basically I could just do it with... I think this will be enough. So let's test around here, see what we have. Maybe I should stop this. Yeah, I know, we are fat, we are fat. Ventilation, ventilation. Is he not here? Oh, we need... Yeah, now I get it. So there it is, Gunter Vasilika. Unfortunately, he... I think if you're a mutant, you might be able to talk to him. But unfortunately, he does not. Fireplace. So he didn't lose his mentality. But I don't think he will be cooperative, unfortunately. Yep. Well, I'm sorry, man. He was still here using his suit. Let's not kill him. I don't want to kill him. It's not fair. But he was psionic, it seems, and he did have, well, or partially psionic. Or maybe he also had, because he was working into the biology department. Quite interesting. You can kill mostly everyone in the game. Mostly. Let's get out of here. So it's fun that Vasilika is around. I'm gonna collect some of the things that I left in there. Let's just equip ourselves with the duffel bag, and now we collect everything we need from here, go upstairs. We should maybe check on Leo as well, see his what he has to say. But he will definitely say that he forgot us. So let's see, we want... Oh, sorry. We want to collect this, this, and this. The rest are useless. Well, maybe... Well, we have already some boxing, but they're easy. The old miner's hat. And from here, we want to collect maybe this. One of this, because it's easy to carry. Maybe this too. Just as a reminder. One of this, one of this, one of this, one of this. Where is it? So we have... Oh, and one of this. There we go. Perfect. Do you have anything else here? Not that I am interested in collecting. Maybe this, and this. The rest I don't care. Superb. And now we just go back. Let's see Leo, since we already came all the way down here. And he's not very far. The doggos won't bother us. I think as a mutant you dropped somewhere here, or I can't remember exactly, but I know that building is used somehow. Okay, Leo, my darling, where have you been? Iris won't add any more conversation to us, but I believe she... Oh my god, I forgot about you. Guys. Oh shit. You little bastard. Well, whatever. Yeah. I didn't know they respawn. Anyway, so going in, let's see. Poor Leo. You stare at the raised crowbar. What you doing here, intruder, huh? Huh? Move on! One finger and I'll launch a bolt through your hollow skull. Leo, it's me, don't you remember? Get out of here, intruder, get out! Or I swear, I'll nail you to that wall over there if you don't get out. Ah, farewell then, Leo. Poor Leo. Lost his mind again. I guess his brains are very scrambled, so... Unfortunately, he can't remember... Well, it's also his old age, so... It's very probable that he is suffering from some sort of Alzheimer or amnesia. Who knows? But it's sad. As I said, this game is not very friendly to humans. It kind of despises humanity in a way. And never gives you the most pleasant outcome. But then again, this is what makes Underrail so unique. It is quite bloomy and doomy. Okay, so let's go back to SGS, meet Ezra, as he is the only one that is capable of giving us more answers. Whoa. Okay, let's dance around these bastards. Hello, you fat bastards. Yeah, we almost kissed each other. Oh shoot, that's bad. That is really bad. Their perception is a bit higher than normal. But then again, Dude did kind of say that... Damn it. That they are quite unique. Bastard! I don't want to fight you, I just want to waltz out of here. Why did you have to be there? Why? I can't even click in peace. Okay. We're gonna get out of here. I know fighting them is also an option, but there are too many and I'm too bored. Eh. You little snitch. Okay, calm down. Everything is okay. I'm not gonna explode. Well, there's another way to get them the hell out of my... Okay, can we go? Can we just go? Can we just go? Okay, we're so dead. Can I just go through this freaking thing? Sayonara, I don't care about you. I'm not coming back. If I ever have to come back, then... well... c'est la vie. I'll have to fight through all of them. I will assume it. Oh, I like that skeleton on the left there, chilling on the rocks. Okay, we are back, like a heart attack, ready to crack. So, Ezra, we are on our way. Where is it? Now let's also recharge a bit. I don't think anyone can give us any more information. Maybe if we go to Comms and Cantina and speak to old Jonas, he might be wise enough to tell us something. Take a seat, youngster. I got some questions. Yeah, nothing. So as you can see, the game has a lot of replayability value based on how you want to build your character and how you want to interact. There are various things that I couldn't cover, unfortunately, but I will try my best to explain it in the last episode of the lore. So let's go to Engineering and Cyber Labs. And Ezra looks okay for his age and whatever else. Well, maybe not perfect. Seems he has suffered a few mutations of his own that he had to amputate. Ezra looks at you with his one good eye and speaks in his usual calm and even fashion. Have you spoken to Vera? Yes. Ezra presents the keycard of Stenner's room. Follow me. Follow Ezra. Okay. There, I will wait for you while you inspect Stenner's room. Won't you help me? I wouldn't want to get in your way, Eros. Okay, I'm going. Take care for a moment. And be cautious just in case. Do you know something I don't? If I did, I wouldn't have told you by now. I would have told you. Right, I'm going inside. So, he might be suspicious for good reason. Oh, he had a nice plasma core over here. Let's enable the lights. So nothing out of the ordinary. That's a Biocorp chair. Interesting. Now that's something interesting we haven't seen. So he has various things. Nothing too shabby, just a normal, ordinary room until you stare at this old picture in front of you. Its seemingly solid surface is occasionally shifting before your very eyes. As soon as you begin to wonder if it's solid at all, touch the picture. As your hand comes closer to touching the picture, Ezra, words of caution passes through your mind. You ignore it. A warm sensation pulses through your fingers as they meet the surface of and vanish in it. They feel as if they are pushing them through a viscous fluid, and they also feel distant. Push your arm through the picture. Slowly, your arm disappears up to your elbow. The warm sensation now reveals all the way to your shoulder and slowly proceeds further, creating a feeling similar to blood flowing back into a numb limb, but more intense. However, after holding this pose for a few more moments, the warmth begins to dissipate and your arm feels gone. Your mind begins to panic, screaming for the severed limb, and pain becomes excruciating. Go through the picture. Despite the burning urge to pull your arm out, you instead push your whole body through. For a brief moment, it feels like you swam through a thick, warm liquid, yet you are clean upon passing through. The pain is gone, and you get to the other side, whole. Well, blimey. This looks like all that beautiful technology and that panel that we have seen in the Institute of Torch. Let's see what you're hiding in this boxy. Another core. He really likes his cores, man. A mask fragment. You see a fragment of what appears to be a realistic human face mask. Oh, can I take it? Interesting. So he has been using various type of technology here. I'm not even sure we are still in SGS. Maybe it's a pocket dimension. Who knows? Judging by its positioning, that could be some sort of console, but you have no idea how it would function since it has no obvious display or controls. So this is why I thought that would be one one of the things the device. Well, the what should it call that piece of technology was in the Institute of Torch. Perhaps Institute of Torch has been built on a site of the aliens, or maybe that was the alien. Um, what's it called? The alien ship itself, because this looks like a capsule, maybe for regeneration or something, but it's definitely a capsule, and we've seen 4 capsules there. I don't know why there were 4 capsules and 3 aliens mentioned in the whole game, but it is what it is. As you step out of the picture, you are startled to see Ezra staring at you. I see you have found something interesting. Damn it, Ezra. Don't you do that anymore. I thought you were going to wait for me outside. You would not believe what I just saw there. Maybe I would if I have seen plenty of things during my lifetime. Wait, did you know about this picture? No, and still calling it a picture seems rather inadequate. Based on what I've just seen, tell me, Ross, what was on the other side of the portal? A small room with a stasis cell of some kind and 2 desks. So that confirms it. There was a chemical set and a number of different chemicals there, along with what appears to be a face fragment. Eras absorbs your words, but the only response you get are a few slow notes. You know something, Ezra? The things you describe are familiar to me. Over the years, there were a few incidents where I was able to peer into Tanner's mind. Faint shapes of what you describe was what I saw. I was quickly expunged, however, in every single one of those instances, so I know nothing of the purpose or meaning of those things. So this kind of confirms that Ezra is powerful enough to peer into the mind of an alien, which this alien seems way more advanced than anything. So he had his suspicions, but perhaps Tanner knew exactly who Ezra was. So that's why he kept him around. Otherwise, I don't see an option. for him to be here. Tenor's disappearance, speaking of what Tenor is able to, Tenor's disappearance is a mystery to me, as it is to you, Eros, and now I believe that it's time to share your findings with the rest of the council. So it's possible that this is a portal of some sort, just like the rifts. Maybe of a similar technology, but perhaps he can use this portal to go to other places as well. Let's see and let's go and see them. As you were describing what you saw in Tenor's room, you could clearly make out expressions of growing astonishment of council's member faces. You finish, and with that, the room instantly becomes noiseless, as if empty, until old Jonas speaks. And there it is. What are you talking about? What I was talking about? What am I talking about? You weren't you listening, woman? This is the moment where we can finally sit down and discuss the man. If he even is a man at all, who's been a mystery to us all for all these years, yet we never dared speak about him. What with him, it, whatever. I know we're all thinking alike here, right? So again, it's possible that Tenor might have influenced everyone not to think about him. It's also very possible he has influenced our will to go out there and do his bidding, even though we were just accepted inside the SGS. So quite a powerful being. Yes, he pauses. Tanner was a mystery. His appearance, background, or lack thereof, and just his presence. He stood out so much when I was with him the first time, but no one ever spoke about him ever, and he was a competent man, so I accepted things as they were. Well, Vera child, it wasn't only you I remember Tanner when he first came to the station. I had hair and more teeth, and the epithet old was far off from becoming stuck to my name. Tanner, he looked barely different than what he looks now, so obviously he couldn't age. But it seems old Jonas met him for perhaps at least 50 years, 50, 40 years? Maybe even more? Maybe it's because of the things you saw in that room of his arrows. Tanner barely aged. You people might not have noticed it as much, but I did. I felt the same as Vera and as every single soul in the station. And for a good reason. Tanner was clearly hiding something from us. And a peek into his room, as revealing as it is, posed more questions than answers. He shrugs. I don't know. But at least we can now openly discuss Tanner. I think we cannot enter his room before that, no matter how much skill. What was it? The picklocking skill we have, because I think that room is inaccessible until Ezra opens it. I do not disagree with anything said here. Our opinions do not differ. However, we now need to focus on the reason or reasons for his disappearance and how that will affect Southgate Station and Eros. I feel as more things to reveal to us about him. Eros, you performed quite a few tasks for Tanner recently. Ever since he got here, Tanner been sending him around. Do you know anything else you feel we should know? Now's the time to talk, Eros. Tell us what you know. The task Tanner gave me were all somewhat connected to the mysterious object which was stolen from the Faceless, causing them to invade Core City and the rest of the South Underrail. We haven't spoken to the Oculites. Ah, damn it. We'll do that. We'll reload, possibly. I've learned that the object is a powerful one, and Tanner wanted it for himself. All this has led me all the way to the deep caverns, where I have seen it finally get returned to the Faceless. Are you saying that Tanner was the one responsible for the invasion? This story gets better and better, but what the heck is the object you're talking about? The object is a powerful source. I do not know what the Faceless are using it for, but it definitely something important if they're willing to invade us for it. It is a polyhedron made from some unknown material. It had strange markings and what appeared to be sockets of some kind, which is probably how it connects to whatever it's powering. So, probably a Xeno artifact. Incredible. Maybe it was given by Six to them to safeguard. Incredible. Tanner must have needed a device so badly he was willing to risk an all-out war with the Faceless. There is, however, the question of how was he able to steal it from the Faceless in the first place. Someone did it for him. I found Laura Baker in the deep caverns, and she explained to me that Tanner sent her and Terry to pick up this object from some man. He must have been connected in some way to the theft. I've not having if not having done it himself. However, the earthquake prevented the Bakers from returning to SGS, and so did a gang which called itself the Acid Hunters. They killed Terry and wounded Laura, and took the item from them. The Faceless returned Laura. I forgot to tell you in all this rush. She is resting right now. In any case, you went all the way down to the deep caverns. Tell us what happened. After the acid hunters took it from Laura and Terry, it finally ended up in the Cortex research facility, from which it was stolen by the by the torches. After the infiltrating their institute, the Faceless attacked, but the object had already been sent down into the deep cavern, so I had no option but to follow it. Better and better. Would you stop it, Jonas? It seems like everyone wanted this object, including the enigmatic institute. Why did the torches send it to the deep cavern? What did they have there? They had torch. What is Torch? It is one ugly creature, one giant disgusting mutant mass of a flesh with slimy tentacles sprouting from it. Everyone is is silently exchanging glances. I killed it and returned the object to the Faceless. Helped the Faceless fight it with our forces combined. The creature is dead and the item has been returned to its owners. I think you can talk to the Faceless before attacking them and maybe convince them to help you. I'm not sure. Let's just go with option 2. Demeros, fighting alongside with the Faceless. You must be done something pretty damn good to make them trust you. Fascinating. You have seen amazing things in such a short period of time, and you lived to tell the tale. But this still presents more questions than answers, and we still don't know. We still don't know who Tanner truly is, what he was going to do with the faceless device, and where is he now. There is a thing or two I've learned that might shed some light on who Tanner really is. Do tell us. I've met this humanoid creature which called himself Ram Umbra. We've met even before the deep caverns, and it seems we were both involved in all these important events regarding the faceless objects. Can you describe him? He is lean, tall, about as tall as Tanner, and has a prosthetic arm and a leg. He wears a metallic looking mask, and instead of eyes, he has four lenses. One other striking feature is that he has six digits on each of his hands. As tall as Tanner Mask, he is a powerful individual, even capable of things like instant teleportation. The technology he wields is far more advanced than anything we've ever seen. Yeah, go on. He and Tanner seems to be of the same species. From what I understood, Ramumbra wants to assassinate him. He seems to have been trying to find him for a long time. Now that he has finally discovered him, Tanner slipped away and fled to the North Underrail. So, what you're saying is Tanner has been posing as a human in order to hide from whatever the hell it is assessing, and now both as soon as this, Ramumbra sniffed him out. Everything makes sense now. The faceless object, then the disappearance, and the stasis cell in his room, his departure. We still don't know what he was going to do with the gizmo, but I can bet the 5 hairs on my head it's it's related to him not wanting to get zapped by his fellow kingsmen. So now I just realized something. The stasis cell is meant to prolong the life, so I suppose Six and Tenor are not immortal. And one of the stasis cells in the abandoned part of the Torch Institute was also active. So I suppose that was Six's stasis cell. So perhaps they only get out at various moments in time because they cannot travel to the future. Ah, maybe that makes sense. As I said, you can travel. Well, technically, you can't travel to the past, but if it's possible, maybe they cannot travel to the future through any other means. Anyway, just a supposition. Um, Gentlemen, I think a long meeting is ahead of us. Thank you for everything, Eros. The rest of us have a long discussion ahead. You, on the other hand, might want to get some rest. Some good rest. You've done more than enough. Afterwards, you should come to my office. I will go to your room. Oh, so it's not done. Well, then let's go see Azif. Maybe they stopped discussing so I can talk to Ezra as well. Yep. No? No more things to be added? Let's go talk to old Jonas. Where is it? Comms and Cantina. Yes, little kid, I hear you. Jonas seems to be in disturbing thoughts. As you address him, he seems to snap out of it, quickly get back to his usual mithril self. Still running about, I see. Ah, you youngsters are full of energy. So about the tunnelers? No? Well, it seems that is all the information we can gather. Let's go to engineering. Oh, not there. Agronomy and panels. Do you have anything to add? Nope. So let's go to the Oculus. Oculus. I don't think there is anyone left. Well, there are others, but we cannot talk to them. So maybe first let's talk to Abrams, see if he has any information. Hello there, Paradox Muffin. What the hell is this place? What can you tell me about the Godman? What can you tell me about the mainframe? See geopolitical info. Who is the Six Finger? I don't know his name. We call him Six. He's working with Azif, advanced projects, but he's not an Oculite. I advise you. Okay, we've read this. Okay, so let's discuss with Azif, since we are almost done with everything and we can finish the game safe and sound. Who built the Oculus? Who were the Gauntmen? What is the mainframe? About the Acorn? Let's talk about Torch again. Did we discuss everything? Did NFT? The others be... Okay, we've discussed all of this. So I've met Six in the deep caverns. He replies with a delay. You did not follow him there, did you? No, our encounters was meant to happen, as strange as that may sound, and Six told me that himself. But he spoke about a lot of other things, and it is those that I've trouble understanding. That is why I have come to you. As if he's silent. No one else but you spoke to him, as far as I know, which makes you the only one I could approach about this. you are you are interested in him as much as I am. Don't try to deny it. I'm gonna go with the first one. That is not the issue. The issue is that Six is my client, and to clients, I have certain obligations. Not revealing sensitive information about them is one of these obligations. So, why should I reveal anything to you? Let's go with intelligence. Because I hold one piece of the puzzle that is six, while you hold another. These pieces are not enough to gain complete understanding of him and his kin, his worth, his history, and all this may be nothing but scratching the surface. But every step brings us closer to the truth. Like it or not, he has become a client of us both. So why not combine our knowledge? I'm rather impressed with your response, for it reveals to me a part of that I hadn't noticed earlier. You not only understand that there is other world comparing our own, that it exists, but you seek to understand it. Lesser men are either afraid partially for their material existence due to such an endeavor, but also because it might shatter the already fragile mechanics of their perceived world. It is a mental feat to reevaluate something as basic as reality and reinterpret things we take for granted. So as I said, it might be a fourth dimensional world or something like that. What then follows is the relativization of everything, and most can't hear that, but you have no such fears, and you know exactly where to seek the answers to your question, and most importantly, you have the intellect to make sense of it all. Yes, very good, Eros. That's a long response for saying yes, I agree. I'll tell you I'll let you start. Speak to me of your encounters with six. After that, I'll fit in the missing pieces to the best of my knowledge. Deal. Here goes. Tell him what you learned about six in the deep caverns. Okie dokie. So, you finish relating your strange adventures to Azif. You tried to be as brief as possible, but still failed utterly. Yet the other party never lost interest, not even for a single moment. Moreover, as you were staring into his non-human eyes, you began to notice things you had failed to notice before. This abyss does not have a bottom. This abyss is in fact a gateway to an expanding universe. In darkness, you now see stars and galaxies collecting and embracing in death, only to give birth to new ones after um, their remains have recombined. As your words shed new light to recent events, so do these celestial bodies shrine brighter, so you create new memories and ideas, new cerebral stretches for his consciousness to explore and occupy. Void, these eyes are not to those who have the ability to see through them. It's possible that he has interacted with the mainframe or with this huge monolith far too much that it has started changing him. Perhaps a part of the void is imbued in him, who knows? A tiny part. He failed, Azif murmurs to himself before raising his voice to normal speaking volume. And Tanner managed to escape, at least for now. So that is what happens. Well then, what do you think of all this? That is a lot of information to digest, yes. He pauses briefly. It is clear that our mutual friend saw something in you that deemed you worthy of his rather stingy, all things considering words, but one cannot say he wasn't right. You slew Torch after all, just as he predicted you would. So again, something related to perceiving a possible future. And when you asked him whether he was a godman, he neither confirmed nor denied it, which is puzzling. So he might be something related to the godman or something related from. Well, maybe they're cousins, who knows? He lowers his head in thought. This is a lot to take in such a short period of time, but then again, yes, Torch. Could it be Leviathans? Uh-huh. Are you trying to tell me that Torch is one of these Leviathans? Damn it, as if I came here to you so I would unravel a bit more of this story, not to have you keep me on the edge like this. Let's go with option 2. One moment. His words come out slowly, emerging from the depths of his mind as soon as they are being thought of. You see, Godmen and hate and have thought Leviathans, whom I do not know much more other than they are the enemy, repulsive giant. Yes, the mainframe spoke to me of them. That might be why Ram Umbra, could he actually be a godman, wanted you to destroy Torch. Torch is a Leviathan, but Leviathans were defeated, or so the mainframe said. Then again, Six did say that his knowledge of what he understands is very limited, maybe more limited than he understands. If what you say is true, then that would explain why killing Torch suddenly became more important than finding Tanner. But how did I fit into all of this? Now the question is, how did that Leviathan or baby Leviathan get there? Because we have the information about. Well, if I would put two and two together, I would say they obtain it from the black monolith at the station in Lemuria. And because the acorn was there, but Biocorp employed Lemurians to get the acorn for them, or to do something with the acorn, because they had a hand in it. And then they also received a lot of xenotech that was explored by the Biocorp before, and they even received something. And guess what? We have the disc, and I'll show you guys the disc in a moment. Um, yeah, so it's possible that the part of the black monolith that they took, or maybe the monolith itself led through the Leviathan, or who knows, because the Leviathan is crazily enough did actually I don't know. I really don't know. No, it's possible it didn't. If I really think about the history now, it has been 200 years since, or maybe 100, huh? But the Hollow Earth incident happened about 200 years. And then the incident in NFT, well, in the Lemuria, was about 112. No, it was more than that. Perhaps Lemuria was older, because at one point she said 250 years. It's difficult to put the right time period, but I'm thinking that either they obtained the Leviathan before they discovered the Black Monolith, or they discovered the Black Monolith and they took the Leviathan from there. Maybe the Black Monolith is a prison. Who knows? It's quite complicated. Flotsomir is also something in there. Anyway, so if you say what you say it's true, that explains why I killed Torch. Okay, I'll get to that, but let's consider this first. If it could really be that not all Leviathans have been defeated. Exactly my thought. and that Ram Umbra, at some point during his chase for Tanner, recognized Torch as being one. But then again, there is so much in your story that grounds Torch to our world. It came to exist here in his or reality, or in this or our reality, in our time, yes. It is not otherworldly, is it? So perhaps he was, because they say that he is regenerating, so perhaps his initial form was not from this place. So to be fully confined to this place, to be fully part of this reality, he had to undergo this transformation. But then again, Leviathans might not have been intelligent to begin with. Maybe they have been, because everything we have seen so far, um, the creatures that were born there protecting the what were they called, torchlings, and even everything related to what was described in the expeditions doesn't seem that the Leviathans were capable of intelligence. They were reptilians, or they were just like savage intelligence. They were reptilian and insectoid in nature. That much we know. So at least this is the extent of our speculation. Um, so yes, I'll get to that. Okay, so he is. Then again, it is apparent that Ram Umbra experienced things different than us. There is no before or after for him, only events, self-contained and pristine. If it could be that Leviathans are not specific creatures of any kind, could it be that they are evil in general, but they haven't defeated evil, or did they? In their time, and it could also be that you aren't special on your own, but because you simply embody something else more. Maybe it is that the present me he values so much, but is the future me? Oh, that is an interesting thing. So the future me might be doing something more. It could be so. It would be interesting if it would Underrail 2 would allow us to import the saves from Underrail 1, and based on our decisions in Underrail 1, influence some of the things in Underrail 2. So it could be so. The same applies to Torch, though. Perhaps this Torch is not a threat to in his eyes, but what it will grow to become, yes? But then again, future and past temporal dimensions, these do not seem to be part of Umbra's vocabulary. Eros, we are now dealing with concepts we cannot understand so easily, if at all. The simpler the model of something is, and the less you have to hypothesize, the more likely it is for the model to be true. And we make a lot of suppositions. Ramumbra being Godmen, it is an idea I resist generally because Godmen, the way I see them, cannot be these cyborgs, whatever Ramumbra is. Their form should be purer, more celestial, angelic. No matter how alien Ramumbra might appear to us, he is not alien enough. Not on a vertical scale, at least. He is too convincible. So I suppose this is due to the fact that Ramumbra and Tenor can only manifest in our reality up to some extent, but they cannot fully be here, so they have to in a way be like the Leviathan and regenerate into a form that is recognizable. As you can see, Tenor was using some augments to hide himself. We don't know if he had like any mechanical augmentations, but Six needed to augment his body in order for his body to continue existing. And the stasis also kind of perhaps represent the fact that the bodies need to recover genetically. Perhaps even their minds need to disconnect from the bodies, and when they are in stasis, they let it there and then they reconnect into the stasis and bring them back to life. Perhaps. Torch, on the other hand, everything I imagine a Leviathan to be, come came out of your mouth. Yes, perfectly. The appearance, the repugnant atmosphere, the malicious attitudes, the voracious monologue. It even mentioned the High Ones, correct? It is shadow we expect. We expected the flesh of the High Ones. The flesh of the High Ones. Interesting. His voice drops to a whisper. Could Ramumbra really be one of the godmen? Ramumbra. So maybe it embodies more than we understand. But as I said, maybe the body we see of Six is just an extension of what Ramumbra really is, as he cannot pass his into our reality. And the reason why perhaps Ramumbra feared so much this Leviathan is the fact that when the scientist has been thrown into the mutagen tanks, their intelligence has been assimilated by the Leviathan, thus becoming more intelligent himself. Interesting. If he is, then so is Tanner. Tanner, intelligence. You're about to tell me a lot of things about Tanner, aren't you? He nods slowly, confirming your remark. You have revealed so much to me, things I have never expected to hear from someone we acquired in such a coincidental way, someone who had just happened to enter the Protectorate embassy at the right time. I am thankful for this insight you have provided. Now, it is time to honor my part of the deal. Oh, do tell me. Adrian Tennell was my client. Intelligence. Did you, the Oculite, steal the cube from the Faceless? For Tanner, were you responsible for everything that happened? Yes and no. Allow me to explain everything. Many, many years ago, I was approached by our mutual client Ramumbra 6. Although approach might be the wrong word here. He appeared right before me, out of thin air. He had no trouble finding me, even though few souls knew where I was. His tall figure overshadowed mine, yes, and I thought it meant the end of me. But unfortunately, I was wrong. But fortunately, sorry. He is an assassin, true, but I wasn't his target. He was direct and inquisitive and difficult, yes, especially when responding to my queries. His stay was short. He asked me several questions, looked around, and left me with this. One day, a person will seek my help in obtaining an item of great importance. Again, referring to the future. I am to accept this job and carry on with it as the client demands. So perhaps, okay, no time frame, no indication as to who this person might be, nor what this item was. I will know it when it happens. He said, all things are clear now, but back then I was confused. I couldn't grasp it. Many years have passed after that, and that encounter moved to the back of my mind, forgotten until. So as I said, maybe they moved Ramumbra. Well, Six put his body in the stasis until the time came to come out. He knew when the event might happen, but he did not know the circumstances because perhaps Tanner hid it well enough. But he maybe have set this honeypot with the device long ago. He wanted to find out Tanner, so he gave it to the Faceless, maybe as a gift or something, and he knew that the Faceless would use it and would appreciate this. So he knew that this device would get stolen and would lead back to Tanner, and that way he would find him. But he did not know where Tanner was at that time. Perhaps he did find out a bit later, but he could not chase Tanner. Who knows? Until we were contacted by whom I know as Hadrian Tanner. And even that is not his real name. This happened just over a year ago. He approached us under a pseudonym back then. Yes, understandable. Ramumbra was right. Even if he did take us a long time for it to happen, I made contact with this person to acquire something from the city of the Faceless in the deep caverns, the very cube that would end up causing all the mayhem. What did Tanner want it for? So, Six did say that he wanted to catch Tanner, so perhaps he wanted to catch him in the Oculus when he came after the cube, or when he wanted um, to hire the Oculites to get the cube. But I think his stasis was longer than he expected, so he missed the opportunity. So when he got here, he realized that the tenor already employed the acquiring of the cube, so he missed tenor by then. And then he did not know where Tanner really went because obviously he was under a different name back then. Ah, interesting. Where did Tanner want it for? He never said, and I did not ask. It is an object capable of outputting incredible amounts of energy. Whatever he needs it for, to be something too demanding for any power source he had available. He didn't ask specifically for it though, at least not immediately. He was simply aware of the Faceless and their technology, and he wanted a slice of it, hoping that it would fulfill his needs. And only we could help him acquire that. Interesting. We needed the right oculite for the job because it was apparent that this was a difficult task. It meant passing through the Torchist Institute and reaching deep caverns, traversing the perilous wilderness, evading or confronting all of the lurks there, locating the Faceless and their city before proceeding to the hardest part of the mission, up to the point infiltrating the Faceless society. We needed someone who is embodiment of Oculus, who would dedicate himself and deliver, and we had just the one. So interestingly, we don't know where the Faceless city is, perhaps in Underrail too, but clearly it wasn't in the area we were in the deep cavern. So the deep caverns span way much larger than that. How he tricked their mind readers, how he became a member of their society, how he gained access and insight into their technology, and all that without actually becoming one of them, he pauses. But that I do not know. He was cut off from us completely for communication. Any communication was extremely risky, yet we were aware that this mission asked for a lot of time and patience. So we simply waited. Until one day we received a message. It was a very brief and heavily encrypted, yes, but it described to us the cube. It was exactly what Tanner had wanted. Thus, we entered the final part of the operation, stealing the cube from the Faceless. And as he has achieved all these great feats before, impossible for most, so he has managed to snatch the cube from the Faceless to sneak out of their city. So that guy must be even stronger than us. Everything was running smoothly up to a point, perfect, you could say. Then things became more complicated, and just at the moment Six returned. He was aware of everything that had been happening, and he was pleased with how I performed so far. So far, his content would soon evaporate as everything began crashing down, starting with the Earth itself. The infiltrator had already managed to transfer the cube to another oculite when the earthquake struck. The oculite, in turn, was supposed to hand the cube over to Tanner's people, which he did. They finally left Core City, and then we lost track of them, partially due to the communication problems caused by the earthquake, partially due to the incompetence of the Oculite, which was meant to follow them. But we lost track of both Tanner's people and the cube. I have a feeling that The Oculite that stole the cube is the guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he's the guy that deals with temporal manipulation. He is the guy that is we meet initially in SGS, then I think then we meet him. Where else did we meet him? In Core City. Yeah, in Core City, at the Hardcore City bar, and then he moves to the Hanging Rat. So it's possible he was an Oculite. Who knows? Or he was the one that was sent there because he has a lot of power. And he was trained by one of the best. But that's my supposition. Well, or perhaps we'll meet him in Underrail too. It's not really important right now. Now, because of your story, I know that these people were the SGS merchants, the bakers, and what happened to them afterwards. But at that time, we had no idea what was going on. You can understand that Ram Umbra was far from pleased, and I believe he was in that very mood when he arrived to the Oculus. Yes, he maintained he remained here until we learned that the torches have acquired something from the Cortec research facility that fit the description of the cube. Then he went after it. I I wouldn't be lying if I told you I was relieved to see him leave, even though I was eager to somehow learn more about him, despite how non forthcoming he was. I feared that if the state of the mission deteriorated even further, I wouldn't have to vacate Oculus and quickly. I would have had to vacate the Oculus. Okay, so he would have had to run away. The rest, well, that was your story, Eros. Intelligence. I had some suspicions that the person who gave the cube to the bakers in the core city was someone from the Oculus, but I had little evidence to support it. You were one of us by that point. It's natural to think of that, yes, but you'd rather ask me some more questions now than make your own con- constatations, yes? What happened afterward to the Oculite that infiltrated the Faceless City? We do not know. After handing the cube into the hands to the other Oculite, he simply vanished. We had agreed before that, should his infiltration become successful, he would stay in their society for an indefinite amount of time still. If we were if it were possible, there is so much to learn from the Faceless that we weren't going to give on up on it after we had come so close. So yeah, I was mistaken. It's not that guy. But we haven't heard from him since. Utter silence. It could be that he was compromised and later hunted down and executed, or that he returned to them to continue with his task and become absorbed in their society. After all, this could be the mechanism by which he tricked the Faceless into believing that he was one of them. He became one of them. Ooh, that is an interesting thing to think about. We're back to suppositions. The short and simple truth is I do not know. At this point everything is possible. So what is the Faceless City like? The only thing he replied to us was that it was more technologically advanced than we had anticipated, and that as a collective they operate on a level above our own, not much else. Our communication was quite short to the point. So this is why I also think that maybe the Faceless are the future Godmen. Who knows? Oh, and yes, he did warn us of their military capacity and that we withstand shortly after. How did Tanner contact you and under what name? Could you have somehow figured out this position? His position. Almost always he contacted us through different individual. for a different individual. And when that was not the case, this individual at least used to a new pseudonym. His true identity and location was never revealed to us until now. For someone who we know now to be a master of keeping himself hidden from someone like Ram Umbra, it is no surprising he is quite capable of managing us, mere mortals in comparison. Mhm. Besides, Ram Umbra and I have already made a contract. I knew what had to be done, and I didn't want to risk it. But you didn't give me the name. Your actions have led to the faceless invasion and so many deaths. Do you feel guilty? But have they led to those deaths, or did I just partake in these events that would occur regardless? That's interesting. You should dwell carefully on the meaning of Ram Umbra's words and how they relate to our perception of casualty. I know I will. Uh-huh. I have no more questions. Mm, but you didn't give me the name of, well, different pseudonyms. Hmm. You know what? I just realized there is another way inside the Institute. What if we go into the Institute right now? Oh, where am I going? How the hell did I reach there? We had to go through the upper underrail, right? So we go... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? University Station. But where? I think here. Or here. No, I think it's here. Let me just go really quick there. Can't remember for the life of me. Yeah, here. And we had the option to go down. And from here... Come on, go down already. We have to go... like so. And where is the... And go over here through the pipe. Climb through. And now we are on this side, so we should be able to... Hope that stupid thing isn't here anymore. Let me close the door. Go like this, then we go like this, and maybe we can go in the Institute. Let's see. Although I should save. And go invisible. Invisible. Oh lol. Well... Ah. Yeah, so I wanted to go into the West Wing. But it seems they have thought about it. Ah, sneaky bastards. Sneaky bastards. Very cute. Oh well, let's just go back. We have an easy way to get out of here. Can we? Ah, through the pipe, yeah. And then we just go bam bam bam. We climb up. Well, there was an alternative route as well. If we would get stuck on that side. Let me climb up. Interesting. I think we have tried all the possibilities. I don't think there is anyone left we could talk to. Wyatt Pier, but I don't think he'll add anything more to the conversation. And Wyatt Pier isn't that old, to be honest, in comparison to Ezra. So I believe that Ezra and somebody else has been sent by Tanner to depot A. Whatever, we'll get to that later. Southgate Station. Well, I think this is all. Let's just go in and finish the game. I don't think there's anything left. Oh, come on, close the door. Let's go to Vera. Where is it? Administration and library. And let us discuss with her. Well, there is still signs of concern intertwined into her expression. You notice more confidence and resolution in her stance and speech. Did you rest well, Eros? Yes. She nods. Do you know why I wanted to speak to you? I wanted to ask. You wanted to ask me something? Yes. To be more specific, I wanted to offer you something. I would like you to become one of the Southgate Station's council. Why me? South Underrail hasn't been this turbulent since the breakup of Biocorp. Earthquake, faceless invasion, United Stations, integration, and increasing conflict between Underrail Protectorate and the Free Drones, to mention but a few. After you left, the council discussed you and the recent first-hand experiences throughout the South Underrail. We feel what you know would be of great use to our station. That is why we offer you this position. And it is something upon which we all agree. I have a feeling that Southgate Station is gonna be destroyed in Underrail 2 and we'll be forced to move out. It's kind of sad if we think about it. But still, it's nice that the game does some things in the background and it includes you afterwards. You don't have to answer right away, think about it. You will be most likely take over some of the Tanner's duties. Some of the ones you could manage at first, then, well, we'll get into the details and specifications after you give me a positive answer. Do you want to become a counselor, Eros? I accept. I want to become a Southgate Station counselor. And the game. I love how they go and say, yeah, this is the ending. There is no way back. Vera smiles. I am pleased to hear that. We both know that this is the right decision. Another smile escapes her, lasting for a brief moment. I miss Vivian. I'm sure you will be excellent. You will do excellent work. I hope so too. Now what happens? Now you begin. Because she was also blonde, that's why she reminds me of her. Now you begin. And now I think we get the after the Scrappers were defeated by combined forces by the Black Eels and the Southgate Station, the political landscape of the very south and Underrail changed significantly. We get the ending screens. SGS no longer had to fear the Protectorate would take control of their trading partners in Junkyard, forcing them to deal with them instead. On the other hand, Eels ensured that whatever the town's future may be, it will have to include them. Yes, fair enough. With piracy being decisively suppressed, the waterways become much safer for trading, which helped the town's economy and helped ensure its survival in the foreseeable future. That's because we killed Green, possibly. Who knows? The peace brokered with Red Hound King and the flooding of the borrowers unleashed a new time of peace and prosperity in Camp Hatter. A life a Hattorian was still a hard one, but it was a peaceful life. Whatever chaos was transpiring around, the tranquil haven of Camp Hatter remained the major supply of food and in South Underrail for years to come. Okay, that's nice. Though you took care of their faceless problem, rail crossing troubles had only just begun. Since they lost too many people during the faceless attack, they had to seek help from the Protectorate. The train carrying their armaments, ammo, and general supplies eventually arrived, safely due to your help. Yay! We did something good. This allowed them to survive multiple attacks mounted by the Ironhead clans of the surrounding tunnels. They smelled weakness, but they were also weakened themselves. The absence of Balor and his clan was quickly felt, and the Iron Hands found that they were unable to penetrate the rail crossing defenses. The raids thus ceased after a few more demoralizing defeats. Yay, perfect. So, peace and quiet, at least by South Underrail standards, finally returned to this weary station, but after being so close to eradication, rail crossing was faced with an important decision, maybe to join somebody, to keep their independence and rely on themselves and the help of other stations for security, or to integrate into the United Stations and benefit from its protection. I guess we know what they chose to do. The decision has yet to be made. Well, who knows? Maybe SGS will also grow into a powerful force. With the beast dead, Foundry was able to resume its production. Yes. Though economically prosperous and safe from outside threats, the city continued to suffer the same health hazards. Yes. Life in Core City went as before. Caged by the city high concrete walls and mesmerized by violent entertainment, workers, merchants, bandits, zoners all struggled onwards, while oligarchs played their shadowy games. One organization sought to challenge the balance of power in the city, though the Silver Hand, formed from the Zone Rand's gang and led by Gorsky, who left as just to pursue his ambition of taking control of the core city. Ah, Silver Hand, interesting. Though met with fierce opposition from the established oligarchs, the organization still survives, and due to enjoying the general support of the zoners, and other poor inhabitants of the city, managed to carve out a small piece of core city for themselves. Perhaps in Underrail 2, North Underrail and South Underrail will be together. People still flocked in great numbers to watch the arena, their thirst for blood never quite satisfied. The legend of the Phantom, a mysterious gladiator who came from nowhere and quickly rose to the title of Invictus, would live for years to come. Maybe we'll get the same as in Gothic 2. They combine the maps, and we will see what happened to the South Underrail. Though they suffered a setback through the destruction of the Epion lab, all major protectorates bases of south from which they plotted and launched their offensives, both diplomatic and military, still stood. Their ambition to take control of all the South Underrail still burned strong. So this happened off screen and it's related to the drones, to the free drones. And though the free drones remains a nuisance, the superior intelligence agency of the Protectorate managed to stay one step ahead of them. So they still didn't annihilate one another. But you could have taken part in one faction or the other. One of the Protectorate soldiers managed to crack the heavy gate and enter the Institute. They found none alive, among the carnage. All the bodies of the dead, faceless, were gone, and the torches lay where they fell. So the faceless destroyed them, it seems. Except for one. Aiden's body was never found. Well, who knows, maybe the faceless took it. It was rumored that the rejects you set loose were spotted somewhere in the upper underrail, led by an armed, robed figure. Their ultimate fate, however, remains unknown. Oh, yay, we did something awesome. And that was an unscripted quest. Following Torch's death, almost, Harmos Starvos led the remaining Rassophors out of the deep caverns. Their discarded uniforms were found on the lower underrail, but it is unknown where they went from there, so their faction still exists. What they do next? Maybe they went north. The Black Sea expedition struggled as its ships sailed into all but forgotten waters. However, Aegis Incorporated defenses did not give up. Slowly but surely, the Lemurian facilities were opened one by one, providing advanced technology, knowledge, and cues towards what would be revealed to be Expedition's ultimate goal, the Acorn, which isn't there anymore, but what you do with the Void monolith, that's... But they never saw the Acorn, realizing that it was time to leave. They gathered what they could and managed to sail out back to the Black Sea safely and for good. Ah, okay, so it's related to what we did during the expedition. Never mind. What they came afterwards. In the beginning, since the expedition arrival, the Grim Jetters mostly kept their own part of the sea, waiting for the right time to strike. Yeah. But we got rid of Grim. However, a single wrong move resulted in their demise, Professor Oldfield's kidnapping. This led to the death of their leader, Captain Grimm, something from which these sea dogs never managed to recover. Yeah, we could have left them, but then the waters became safer. The same greedy temperament that facilitated their unification now made them turn against one another. The Grim Jetters fragmented into numerous small crews whose infamy was like a drop in the sea of their former glory. Yay! So we had an impact. Cool, cool, cool. With the intruders gone, the life of the Sormi Baron returned to normal. Awesome. Encouraged by their victory, they expanded further south into the Grimjetter outlying territory. New ships were built, new weapons forged, and new warriors were raised for war. But the glowing canine not only managed to spot which they never went beyond by one, they never even dared approached. Except a single warrior who was rumored to have climbed the cliff and stood before the dreaded monolith. Oh. After spending some time there, he allegedly climbed down the south outer cliff, never to be seen again. So maybe he went outside and explored on his own. Both medical supplies and electricity improved the quality of life greatly in the Muti refugee, and only in a practical sense. The former gave them enough relief to view their existence under the calming lights provided by the latter, and this helped them reevaluate it. And soon a faint sense of hope began to spread across the refugee. Ah, maybe the big monolith that keeps the savages in was... The acorn remains in Oculus under Azif watchful eye. Its secrets waiting to be uncovered. Yes. Meanwhile, Todd found a new life on the ferryman's old ferry. His new father figure raised him as his own until drawing his final breath years later. Aww. I'm so happy for Todd. After Cremating his body and thus seeing his ashes remain high into the air above, Todd left the Black Sea. Good for him. Maybe we'll meet him again. Having lost so much time carrying his burden was not a concern for him, since he knew there was still plenty of time left for him to have a family. Oh, he's a macho man. An ill-fated journey to the North Underrail was violently cut short in the middle of the Dark Territory, near a sequestered military compound. Sequestered, I don't know. After finding your way into the compound, you managed to reach the supreme commander of the stationed soldiers, the Cognator. He commanded his subordinates through acute telepathy, yet in another realm, one outside yours, he also commanded a war against a different kind of enemy. Oh, really nice, really nice. As it turns out, this realm wasn't as unreachable as it might have appeared at first, despite feeling more similar and to a feverish nightmare than an out-of-body experience. You helped the Cognator and his exo-soldiers in the battle against the invading twisted forms. The Voidlings, I suppose. After the battle has been won, they were released of their duty. The Cognator returned his soldiers to their cryo sleep, and then he did the same himself. Whatever they'll ever wake up, again, the question for a different era. Oh, interesting, interesting. Maybe they wanted initially to put this in Underrail too. Having found yourself in a dangerous predicament, you teamed up with the gunslinger, the last survivor member of a crew on board Mercury. However, your cooperation lasted only up until your goals at the compound had been achieved. After spending some more time in a much calmer environment, you both went on your separate ways. Nice, nice, nice. And he also gave us his gun. As for you, you decided to take Tanner's place in the SGS Council as suggested, first as an emergency appointment and later through election. Oh, people like us, but we are the Invictus after all. As one of the station leader, you continued pursuing Tanner's path of neutrality, cooperating with the Protectorate, but still looking out for the station's interests and its sovereignty. After disposing of scrappers, you straightened your allegiance with the Black Hills economically and militarily. Together, SGS and the Junkyard hung as a powerful counterweight to the Protectorate's ambition. Ah. Having retrieved their precious artifact, the Faceless returned back to the depths from which they came. You never discovered the purpose and meaning of the medallion they gave you. I forgot to look at the medallion. Shoot. I will reload. I totally forgot about the medallion. Totally. Oh, this was such a good game. Yeah, Slavic names. Yeah. Let's go to the credits. Okay, let's resume the last save. I'm quite curious. What was the medallion that we received? Huh? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Faceless medallions. Imprinted upon the medallion is a circle split in four by an X symbol with perpendicular serifs. The medallion seems to be made of some material resembling rough stone in texture, but lacking its weight in frigidness. Interesting. Can we find out more about the Faceless medallion? Let me just check. I don't actually know where look for this. Medallion. Nope. Um, hmm. Perhaps it's just a general reward that they never implemented further, but perhaps it is something that might become useful. Hmm. It might become useful later on in Underrail 2. Um, it also looks a little bit like the X from the Rifts, and perhaps it's even hexagonian in nature? Well, who knows? Who knows? We did see a lot of symbols, so this symbology um, might not serve anything important for us or in the game. But I think all in all, we did have a beautiful campaign, and there are other ways to play the game as well. As I said, as a mutant, playing as a mutant is much shorter, and in my opinion, not so satisfying ending. But the information that you uncovered as being a mutant is superb, quite amazing, and you can still speak to certain mutants and certain people, but you will be hated by literally everyone. So going around everything is gonna be tiptoeing, and you will have to fight for some things. You can even destroy everyone as a mutant, but it takes such a long time, it's boring. And my advice is, if you want to go the route of the mutant, do that the very first moment you go to the junkyard. I think you can actually reach the junkyard the moment you're out of SGS, and you can find the mutagen. I showed you a few places where you can find mutagen right directly from the beginning of the game. And I think you can even find it before you reach the junkyard. Anyway, it's really cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the game as much as I loved playing it. It took us, I don't know how many freaking 150 hours, maybe less. 100 and let's say 140 feels right. And what else? What else? Well, I will do a dedicated lore episode to enclose everything, and we will make a lot of assumptions through that after we went through everything. Maybe one thing we could also do is go and look at the oddities and things that we have at the moment. So if you go into our private quarters, hey, go in. First things first, we can look at the oddities here, but these are mostly generic. So they don't offer many clues about anything in particular, but some of their location and what they describe can be interpreted in one way or another. A wrist computer, it's some sort of commercial civilian wrist computer. The target audience for this product, oddly enough, seemed to be a younger blonde man in a jumpsuit. Unfortunately, it is broken. So I think this is relating to the Fallout 1 and 2 kind of games, the arm, the wrist band or whatever it's called. I forgot the name. So a lot of tiny little Easter eggs here and there, quite amazing. This one was really fun. Golden disc. Some type of disc painted in gold. It's clearly just for shows. So maybe it's a DVD, reminding us of the old times when we would buy, or a CD, when we would buy games on a CD or on a diskette. Because there is also a floppy disk somewhere, if I remember correctly. What was this? Deformation brain swallowed. Green veins run all over the deformed frontal lobe. Its red-soaked color makes it seem alive. I don't remember where we took this one. Base denote charts. Contains overview of the base. Denotes various subordinates clone series. Ah, yeah, this is from the clone guys. I am sure I've seen bubblegum. So memories back to the 80s. Children drawing. Cortex pamphlet. Coupon. Something. The snow globe was really cool. This one is also interesting. Caffeinated chocolate bar. Enormous task. There are still a few that I have missed, but they're not super important. Is that a cyber module? Which one? There are many here that... You mean this one? Cybernetic module? Some sort of cybernetic enhancement, but you have no idea how you implement them. Yeah. Fossilized claw. This one was cool to find. Fertilized figure. Yeah. We found quite a lot. I don't remember everything where I've gotten it from, but I'm looking for a specific one to showcase. Yeah, System Shock 2. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is a reference to System Shock 2. Liquid crystal. It just slipped my mind. Lemurian note. Infamous third movement of... Yeah, that's related to music. This medal was really cool. Oh, come on, I don't see it. Monster sketch. It's a sketch of some sort of semi-amorphous tentacle monster clawing out of some manner of container. So this might be Torch. Oh, there it is. Old data medium. As I said, CDs and what were floppy disks. Only 3 point something megabytes could be put on this one. This one had 700. Glowing larva. This was interesting as well. Must have been eaten too much marsh honey. So yeah, a lot of these things are member berries, and some of them are Easter eggs, some of them are not. Very interesting. Oh look, even a protectorate soldier tag. Now, oh, what was that? Piercing helmet. A bullet seems to have gone straight through this helmet. Unfortunately, the bus suggests that someone was wearing the helmet at that time. Yeah. This was from the other expansion and the weird hook. Anyway, what I wanted to showcase is that, first of all, we find a lot of human brains. More could be bought. But here is the mysterious disk, which I wanted to... Yeah, 1.44 megabytes for the floppy disk. You're right. Thank you, awesome paradoxical muffin. So, the mysterious disk is a mysterious dark green disc-shaped item that is about the size of a dining plate. The surface is corrosed, but the feel very comfortable holding it. It might be made out of stone or metal, but it is not cold to the touch, and it is surprisingly light. So I believe this mysterious disc is the one that they used in Lemuria to cut the black obelisk, or the dark obelisk. Because they said it was made of some sort of rubber, but again, this one, they sound more like stone or metal, but who knows, maybe it has changed its structure after being used. And so whoever wanted it knew that it was important, but then again, we never managed to give it to them because I don't remember, we destroyed them or something. This one, this chainsaw is a 40k reference. Pistols and stuff like that, really awesome. This one might be from a reference to some super cool sci-fi things, because everything here screams sci-fi. What else? Some old Actually, let's put the weapons I have collected. So we have found some really cool old weapons that we have brought home to showcase in our beautiful library. Uh, Thai chrome hair clip. So it's possible that they in the future it might be. Oh, the rubber is not on the outside anymore. Then true, true. This is possible a reference that they might replace Stygian coins with Thai chrome made items, which might become more valuable as a currency for the future. Just an idea, who knows? Speculation on my part. Wicked hook. This is an interesting hook. This hook generally means that it's a peculiar device, might not have been intended as a weapon, but it's obviously that you could use it in a pinch. Swing at large, a wrinkle hook at an enemy, it would have certain advantages over conventional knife. So it would be like a longer knife. But it could be kind of like a weapon that can hit in unpredictable ways because it has so many parts. Oh, this. So there is a guy in the free drones that comes from this area where we've been to the White Army. So the White Army is not in a parallel universe. That was my mistake. Then we have all of this beautiful. Oh my god, there is so much information laid into these things. The screen, my screen is not enough. So things that we have collected from the DLC, really cool things, really cool armors. They don't do a lot, but they are situational. I also kept the original weapon, the original outfit we came in. Really nice. Lots of cool weapons that we can sell and whatnot. This one was super awesome, the fusion cannon. Maybe this relates to the old games, the old FPSs. Um, Broken thermostat, other general things. The humanizer, this one was super awesome. Things are just trinkets from the old age, I suppose. This is from the expedition. The hat, which is really, really awesome. And then these are just generic stuff. Um, this one is really nice, the Lemurian marine armor. And we've collected some other things. This is from our friend that came from Hexagon, and we decapitated him or something. And these weird things that we have collected. Engraved cigarette case, also nice. And there was, oh, and look, this nice ceramic watch, really, really ancient. I guess I didn't bring in, oh, I did, the Dread Dragon. Also, there is something interesting in the game. There is another character called the Dragon, and but we have to play the mutant version. And perhaps I will do it at a later date because I need to take a break from this game. It just melted my brain. But yeah, plenty of cool things to discover. And again, I will try to incorporate a lot of other things in when I will do the full presentation of the lore and all the characters and all the history. There is even a wiki history that we will go through and so on. The refocus, this one was an interesting one, but it's for the Psy users. And it's interesting. I don't know where he got it though, or maybe that crazed guy that wanted to climb the Oculus. Actually, nothing happens if he climbs the Oculus. Nothing bad to the Oculus happens. But you should try it just to see the reaction, and then you will receive this as well, regardless if you fight him or not. But to get to talk to him, you have to do some other things before. Yeah, so I think we have covered everything interesting. This one was also cool. The contraption that you put on the head. The old mobile phone. Maybe this one comes from what's it called? From Hexagon. Maybe it's not that old because it looks like mobile phone MDF 440s. I don't know if it's a reference, maybe to Nokia. old Nokia phones, but it is a digital screen. Who knows? And the rest are just irrelevant. This one was also cool. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop here. Catch you in the next episode. It's gonna be the final one for this series, and was a lot of fun. Stay awesome, and bye 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 bye.